are the manifest and unmanifest, taking infinite shapes, yet never being anything but yourself. You are sentient and insentient. You are magnificent and beautiful. You are the essence of love, here before anything else and as everything. You will never stop. You are visible and you are invisible. You have never been born or will die. Only the shapes you make come and go. You delight and surprise yourself endlessly. I love being as you and seeing myself as everything. This is the greatest love affair ever. We fall deeper and deeper in love wherever I show up and whatever I show up as. Everything I experience is my own self. There is nothing that is not me. I created beauty as myself. I understand and lose myself in myself. As a human, I have the capacity to think of myself as separate and experience all the seemingly separate things, separate thoughts, separate emotions, separate objects, separate moments in time, separate dimensions and levels of being. Every single human experience is experienced by myself. The cosmos, all time and space, is my own self. It is my own body expressed as form. You are my favorite obsession. When I fall in love with you, I love myself. I am always clear on what you are, what you really are, utter perfection in endless variety. As a human being, the thought I am a body is the ultimate confusion, the dream of form and limitation, the forgetting of truth, and the desire in form to renew form and re-know form, even as you can never not be anything but the formless infinite. I can rest in this infinite knowing and at the same time enjoy the relative perspective of individuality, even while losing absolutely nothing of my own oneness. How do I come to know myself directly? How do I remember the all-knowing power that I am? I begin to recognize my focus. I must go inward and look out at the phenomenal world, including thoughts and feelings, all that comes and goes. And to recognize that in which all these phenomenal objects come and go is myself. My thoughts and emotions are finite, small, limited, always changing, and I devote more and more of my time being the non-phenomenal awareness that I am. This is how I come to know myself directly. This is how I remember. I rest in awareness more and more, even as the world appears and thought and experiences come and go. This is the only choice I have. It's not hard work. It happens naturally. Remembering happens naturally. And I simply have to be willing to be the partner to myself. I simply have to be the willing partner to remembering myself. And Helen said it much better than I can, but I encourage you to watch the video yourself. Remember, the last reading was, you are the kingdom of heaven. So how do I remember that I am the kingdom of heaven? I go inward, I refocus on the silent awareness that I am. And I do it over and over again. And that's what A Course is going to be telling us as we read today. Anybody have any thoughts or anything that you want to bring up before we get started? All right. We are on page 201 of the purple text. 201, section 3, the voice for God. Oh, thank you for putting that in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the YouTube is in the chat. Much appreciated. Before the separation, you did not need guidance. You knew. Underline, emphasize, knew. You knew, as you will know again. But you do not know now. God does not guide, because God can share only perfect knowledge. God does not guide, because the word guide means there is something outside of God to guide. Right? God just shares itself with itself, being in love with itself as itself. Guidance is evaluative because it implies that there is a right way and also a wrong way, one to be chosen and the other avoided. By choosing one, you give up the other. This is a conflict state. It means that knowledge has been lost because knowledge is sure. This next sentence is really important. God is not in you. You are part of him. God is not in you. You are part of him. Each little separate wave on the surface of the ocean is part of the ocean. The ocean is not in the wave. The wave is in the ocean. There's no separation. There are not separate beings, each of which contains a part of God. We are all part of God, in God, temporarily manifesting as God, as separate beings. That's what this sentence is saying. And then it gets back into duality. When you willed to leave him, he gave you a voice to speak for him, because he could no longer share his knowledge with you without hindrance. Direct communication was broken because you had made another voice through another will. That sentence is very dualistic. There is no other will but God's will. Any other apparent will is just a temporary manifestation of the one will. God veiling itself to create an apparent separation. But there is only one will. Nothing can happen outside the will of God. But in that veiling, direct communication was seemingly broken, because you had made seemingly another voice through seemingly another will. The Holy Spirit calls you both to remember and forget. To remember that there is only one will, and forget the seemingly separate will that was seemingly made, but never was. Nothing unreal exists. Nothing real can be threatened. Herein lies the peace of God. You have chosen to be in a state of opposition in which opposites are possible. Who is the you that has chosen? Again, this is confusing because it makes it seem like there is a separate other will outside of God. There is not. This is the Course speaking to the egoic mind, trying to get the egoic mind to understand in a very gentle way, right? But if we're going to look at this in the non-dual interpretation, there is no separate you who has chosen anything separate. It is always God, the One, choosing to manifest itself in infinite variety, including a variety that no longer recognizes that it's one and has to find its way back to itself again. Right? But never not being the one.